I was once ordinary, a soldier, loyal and brave, but the world had different plans. War changes men, breaks them. It broke me.
He fell in battle, left for dead. But something stirred within him, an ancient power whispering promises of vengeance and might. He embraced it. He had to. Survival came at a price. His humanity, his very essence, twisted and reshaped. He was different, stronger, a monster. His skin, once smooth and unblemished, now bore the texture of hardened steel, a testament to the transformation he had undergone. It was as if his very essence had been forged in the fires of some ancient, mystical forge. Muscles, taut and powerful, rippled beneath his transformed flesh. Each sinew and fiber seemed to pulse with an otherworldly strength, a strength that was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. His body had become a living weapon, honed to perfection. His eyes, once filled with warmth and kindness, now burned with an icy blue fire. They were windows to a soul that had been irrevocably changed, reflecting a cold, unyielding determination. The fire within them was a beacon of his newfound power. The transformation wasn't just physical, it reached deep into his very being, altering his thoughts, his emotions, and his desires. He was no longer the man he once was. He felt a cold fury coursing through his veins, a relentless, unquenchable anger that drove him forward. This fury was a new part of him, a constant companion that fueled his every action, a hunger for power that gnawed at his soul. Fear turned to rage, and rage into a burning desire for dominance. This hunger was insatiable, a dark force that pushed him to seek more, to become more. Pain into a cruel delight. He reveled in the agony of others, finding a twisted pleasure in their suffering. This was his new reality, a world where pain and pleasure were intertwined.
I was no longer young Ilhu, the soldier. I was something else, something far beyond the realm of ordinary men. My identity had been stripped away, replaced by something ancient and powerful, something born of war and ancient magic. The ruins of the past whispered secrets to me, filling my mind with knowledge and power that had been lost to time. A weapon, a monster. I had become a force of nature, an unstoppable entity forged in the crucible of conflict and sorcery. And I was ready for war. The battlefield awaited, and I would meet it head-on, with all the fury and power that now resided within me. This was my destiny, my purpose.
Doyuk, his friend, his brother-in-arms, now his enemy. They stood on opposite sides of a chasm, divided by more than just allegiance. Doyuk saw fear in Ilhu's eyes, the flicker of the man he once knew. He reached out, pleaded for him to resist the darkness.
Ilhu, you have to fight it. You can't let it consume you.
But the monster was already in control.
There is no young Ilhu, there is only power.
Their friendship, forged in the fires of countless battles, crumbled to ash in that moment. Only conflict remained. Their battle shook the very foundations of the earth.
A master swordsman danced through Ilhu's attacks, his blade a silver flash against the monstrous strength of his former friend.
Ilhu fought with the savage grace of a predator, his every blow infused with unnatural speed and power.
He was a force of nature, unleashed.
But Doyuk refused to give up. He saw the flicker of humanity buried deep within the monster.
He had to believe it was still there. He had to save his friend.
Ilhu faltered. His steps, once confident and sure, now wavered as the weight of his choices bore down on him. Dohyuk's words pierced through the haze of rage, cutting through the fog of war that clouded his mind, momentarily revealing the man he once was. A man of peace, of honor, now lost in the chaos of his own making. But the power was addictive. It surged through him, demanding control, whispering promises of invincibility, promising more. S1 Media, conflicted facial expression, monster with human features showing doubt, fear in the eyes of a creature. Doubt, a flicker of fear crossed his monstrous features. The power was a double-edged sword, offering strength but at a dire cost.
He roared, a primal scream that echoed through the battlefield, silencing the voice of his conscience, embracing the darkness fully. The shadows welcomed him, offering solace in their cold embrace.
He struck Dohyuk down. The clash of their weapons was a symphony of despair and fury, a blow fueled by despair and monstrous might. The ground trembled with the force of his strike, dark energy exploding outward.
It was a victory, a hollow triumph that left him feeling more empty than before, but one that tasted like ashes in his mouth. The thrill of battle was gone. replaced by a gnawing emptiness.
The monster had won. But at what cost? The battlefield lay in ruins, a testament to the price of power. The silence that followed was deafening, a stark reminder of the sacrifices made. The world trembled before its new master, a figure of unparalleled might and terror.
Ilhu, the Unbreakable, they called him. His name echoed through the lands, a symbol of unyielding strength, a being of immense power feared by all. His presence alone could silence the bravest of warriors.
He had won the war but lost himself in the process. The battles had taken a toll on his soul, leaving scars deeper than any wound. He stood atop the ruins of his past, a king on a throne of ash. The remnants of his victories lay scattered, a stark reminder of the cost of his ambition.
His victory felt hollow. The accolades and trophies meant nothing in the face of his inner turmoil. His power, a curse disguised as a gift. He was alone, surrounded by the emptiness of his conquests.
The world cowered before him, but none dared to stand by his side. His reign was one of fear, not loyalty. He was a monster forever defined by the choices he had made. The darkness within him grew with each passing day.
Was this power worth the price he had paid? The question haunted him, a constant reminder of the sacrifices he had made for a throne of shadows.
He was unbreakable, but the question remained, what would he break next?
Would he rule with an iron fist, fueled by the rage that consumed him?
Or could he find a way back from the abyss? Could he reclaim the humanity that flickered within him, a faint ember in the overwhelming darkness?
The choice was his.
He was unbreakable, but his destiny was not yet written. He could choose to be a monster, or he could choose to be something more.